Hi, I'm Danika, and I'm a heavy-duty mechanic here at TRU, and I came from Sahalee Secondary. My school counselor at Sahalee told me about the ELTT program, which allows me to go to TRU at the same time as finishing my grade 12 at Sahalee, so it's a dual credit program. I looked at the course selection for the ELTT program, and there was heavy-duty mechanics. I always kind of had a thing for mechanics, and when I found out what heavy-duty mechanics was, I knew that that was for me. At first I was worried because I'm 5'2", I'm a really small person, and what I would be working with was 35,000-pound equipment. And so it was really intimidating at first, but we have tons of tools here that allow me to do all the things that guys that are 6'4" and 200 pounds can do. So we have torque converters that if I apply a little bit of pressure on the other end, be like 200 foot-pounds. So, and we have the crane, so I don't have to lift anything over 50 pounds. What I like about this program most is that I get to be at TRU and not at high school anymore for grade 12. I learn best when it's hands-on, and here at TRU, right from the first week, we were taking apart an engine and learning at the same time about the engine. So if you don't know anything about mechanics, you can come in here and you start from the basics. We spend the morning in the shop, and then we spend the afternoon in the classroom doing theory. But the theory always applies to what we do in the shop. So when we're doing the notes and the theory, he often takes us out of the classroom, brings us back into the shop, and explains it further. And so it makes it much easier because you get the visual and you're also learning in the classroom. It's 20% shop and then 80% what we do in the classroom. So shop time, it's more for us to explore and do all the hands-on. But in the class, we have midterms and finals. It's split into two, so we had a midterm and a final, and our midterm is next week again. And we always have quizzes every morning, but they're relatively easy, and they're usually out of like 20 questions, and it's on the homework that we read the night before. And then after we do those quizzes, we do notes on it again, so we really understand. And it's been fairly easy, actually. We have a group of 4 people that took apart an engine completely, disassembled every component of it, put it back together, and it ran. And that is 4th year stuff, but I'm a 1st year. So that was the greatest experience that we've had so far. Yeah, our teacher takes a few of us that want to advance our knowledge on engines. So some of us get to work on differentials, which is also 3rd year stuff. So when we're in a classroom of 1st years, we're learning everything with the basics, but if there's a few of us that want to further that, we're allowed to, which is nice because we don't have a set curriculum that we have to learn. We get to explore. But being a 1st year, we get to tell this to our future employers when we're applying for jobs, and it really makes them see that we're very interested in it, and they're usually impressed about it. So my plans for the end of this program are to work in Fort St. James for a pipelining company, and I want to work there for about 4 years, and then eventually come back to Kamloops for work in the mines. This course has actually gone further than my expectations. I thought that we would be all sitting in like a bench, just taking apart an engine, all the same steps, but some are outside, some are up top, working on all sorts of different equipment. And I thought it would be very organized and strict, but we get to just be ourselves and work on whatever we want to work on. I was never good at academics in high school. I hated math and I hated science, but the electives were my strong point, so shop and metalwork I always loved. And when I talked to my counselor about the ELTT program, all I had to do was English 12 and Math 11 and a Science 11. And then after that, I would get the rest of my credits here at TRU. So I knew that I could be doing mechanics every single day instead of sitting in a classroom trying to figure out all this math and this science and doing stuff that I would never want to do. I could never see myself in an academic career.